Hello and welcome to another episode of Beerman's Notable Beer Reviews. Today I have a beer from Orpheus Brewing Company. I honestly don't remember if I've done a review for them or not. I believe I have, but I'm not sure. But this beer is called Atalanta, which is like Atlanta with an extra A added. It says, in the heroine Atalanta, we see traits of what we aim for in all of our beers. Piquant, deceptive, robust, and a bit wild. Tart plum Saison, Atalanta tastes of plums, intermingling with spicy yeast, refreshing tartness that makes Atalanta as good for pairing with food as by itself. And this is, so it's basically a sour Saison with plums, and it is 5.25 ABV. So I'm going to crack this open and see what we got. Not had this before. I don't know anything about it. I didn't look up any reviews or anything ahead of time either because I wanted to go into it blind. I will say you don't usually see Saisons in cans. Not that that's a good or bad thing. It just is what it is. As you can see, it pours a like a translucent, slightly cloudy straw color with about a finger's and a half worth of a really nice fluffy white head. So I am getting like some general or generic like fruit, oh shoot, like fruit notes, but I don't think that I would pick it out as plums. I generally don't eat plums either. They don't have like too much flavor. There is a little bit of a like bready malt, and almost like a little minerality to it too. Yeah, it's interesting. It's not really what I was expecting. I mean, I'll take a note from the can. It does have a spicy, yeasty character that reminds me of like more of a traditional non-sour Saison. But it has a little bit of a fruit note up front, but like I said, I don't know that I would particularly point it out as plum. Nice grainy character. But then it does finish with a somewhat like mixed culture, like actual like funky, and has a little bit of a depth to it. It's weird. I'm not particularly picking up Brett, but there is some sort of funk to it. It's like it's nice and dry though. It's very effervescent. It almost has like some apple skin character, but it's not acetaldehyde, however it's pronounced. At least that's not what I think it is. I don't. It's just something. It's almost like white winey grapey blended with like appley, like green apple character. It's interesting. There is something about it though that is like very, very slightly like plasticky or like a chemical character. I don't know if that's something from the yeast or what that is, but it's very, very minor. But I do get it in the finish. Yeah, it's kind of a weird beer for me. I don't mind it, but there's really nothing that would pull me back to buy this again, if that makes sense. It's not It's not complex enough for like a true mixed culture saison, but it's not like drying enough for like a true traditional saison. It doesn't really have too much fruit character. It just kind of sits in the middle of all those things, where it's kind of one of those things where it's a jack of all trades but a master at none. And I think it's a good beer, but I just can't imagine at any point in time, like, if I wanted anything in those styles where this is trying to pull from, I would always find a better beer to buy, if that makes sense. So, I mean, if I wanted a mixed culture saison, I would find a better one. If I wanted like a traditional dry saison, I would find a different one. If I wanted a fruit beer or a fruited sour, I wouldn't pick Plum anyways. Excuse me. So it's kind of balancing between all of those things, but it's not really taking hold of any of them. So I honestly probably would not buy this again. It's not that it's a bad beer, though. If you really like plums, you might like this. I don't think the plum is that strong, but that might be a reason to buy this. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, but there's just nothing that really pulls me in that would make me want to come back and buy this again. But it is a decent beer. So, I mean, it's good enough where I certainly would like to try more stuff from Orpheus, for sure. I was curious how this is going to be from the get-go, and it's not bad, but it's just not really necessarily what I would want at any given point in time. So I think that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.